You know, we hear from so many English learners that they say they've practiced a lot, they've done their immersion, they can understand almost everything, even their favorite movies without subtitles.
That's an amazing progress.
Right, but they say that they still face a challenge. Well, most learners say that when it comes to their time to speak, they still get stuck. They feel like they're translating in their head, and they just can't think in English quickly enough.
Ah, yes, that moment when you have to be quick in a conversation and your brain just stops or tries to go through your native language first.
It's a real struggle. It's that moment between understanding and speaking that can feel so difficult. We want to help you bridge that gap and start thinking directly in English.
By the way, I'm Liam.
And I'm Emily.
This is English in Comfort, the place where you can learn English while you relax, lie down, or even while you sleep. No pressure, no stress, just real English.
Today, we're going to share practical tips and things you can do on how to think in English and truly improve your fluency, especially during conversations and those moments where you have to be quick. So get comfortable, grab your tea, and let's get started on unlocking your ability to think directly in English when you speak. Okay, let's dive into our first secret for helping your brain start thinking directly in English. And it's pretty simple. Use filler phrases to buy yourself time.
What we mean by filler phrases are short, simple expressions that you can say when someone asks you something, and your brain just freezes. Instead of going completely silent, these phrases give you a few extra seconds.
Yes, because silence can feel uncomfortable, both for you and the person you're talking to. These phrases help keep the conversation flowing while your brain is working on its answer in English. Think of them as little bridges that help you get from the question to your answer.
Here are some simple filler phrases you can use. Let me think. That's a good question. I'm not sure, but
And there are so many other phrases you can use. These short phrases give your brain those precious few extra seconds to form your thoughts in English, without the pressure of needing an immediate, perfect answer.
let's try it in a quick example conversation so you can hear how natural it sounds.
All right. Liam, what's your favorite thing to do on a sunny Saturday afternoon?
Let me think. I usually love going for a long walk in the park with my dog, or maybe meeting up with friends for coffee outside.
See? Liam didn't just stay silent. He used "let me think" to buy himself a moment, and then he was able to answer smoothly in English.
It really works. It takes away that pressure to answer instantly and gives your brain a chance to connect your thoughts directly in English.
Now let's talk about the other really important and useful tip for thinking more quickly in English. The second tip is stick to what you can say. Do not chase fancy, complicated words.
This is indeed really important. Many learners feel like they need to use very advanced or impressive words to sound good. But when you're trying to think quickly in English, this can actually slow you down a lot.
You're trying to find the perfect complex word. And while you're searching for it in your mind, the conversation moves on, or you get stuck.
So instead of trying to use a word you're not completely sure about, or one that's very complicated, just use the words you already know. Even simple words can communicate your message clearly and effectively.
For example, imagine you want to say something like, "The experience was overwhelming but rewarding." But in that moment, under pressure, those specific words just don't come to your mind. Instead of getting stuck, just say what you can say with the words you know. "It was hard, but I liked it." See? It's simple, it's clear, and the other person understands you perfectly.
Or maybe you want to say, the new policy is arbitrary. We learned that word in another episode, remember? But if you can't recall arbitrary quickly, just say, the new policy seems unfair with no clear reason.
That's right. Sometimes simple and short answers are better. They help you keep the conversation flowing, and they allow your brain to build confidence in using English directly, without overthinking.
Let's try a quick example conversation.
Liam, how was your first week at your new job?
It was a lot of information, and it was a bit difficult, but I learned a lot.
See how Liam used simple words to clearly express his thoughts? He didn't chase fancy vocabulary, and it sounded perfectly natural.
So focus on getting your message across using the words you already have. The goal is to communicate, not to use every difficult word you know.
The third tip is think in ideas, not full sentences.
This is also a big one. Many learners try to build a perfect, grammatically correct full sentence in their head before they even open their mouth to speak.
And what happens then? They get stuck. Their brain is trying to put all the words in the right order, remember all the grammar rules, and it takes too much time.
Exactly. So instead of trying to prepare a whole perfect sentence, just focus on the main ideas or key words you want to express. Then, let the words follow naturally as you speak.
It's like your brain is collecting keywords and then your mouth just puts them into simple English.
For example, imagine someone asks you about your weekend and you're feeling tired because you had a lot of work. In your head, don't try to form the perfect sentence like, my weekend was quite exhausting because I had an excessive amount of tasks to complete. That's way too much pressure. Instead, just think of the main ideas like weekend, tired, too much work.
And then let your words come out simply like, my weekend? I was tired. I had too much work. See how much easier and faster that is?
It's more natural, and it helps you stay in English. You're not translating a long sentence from your native language. You're just taking simple ideas and expressing them directly.
Let's try it with another example.
Okay, if someone asked you, what are you planning for your next vacation? What ideas would you think? And then what would you say simply?
Okay, my ideas would be beach, relax, no plans. And then I would say, my next vacation? I want to go to the beach. Just relax. No big plans.
Nice. So try this next time you need to speak quickly. Don't build full sentences in your head. Just focus on the main ideas and let the English words come out naturally.
All right, for our fourth secret, we're going to talk about a very powerful way to keep your brain focused only on English, which is visualize instead of translate.
What do we mean by this? Well, when you're speaking, try to see what you're talking about in your mind, like a picture, instead of trying to translate the words from your native language.
That's right. Instead of thinking of the word in your first language, then finding the English word, try to go directly from the image in your mind to the English word.
This helps your brain create a direct connection between the idea or object and the English word, without that extra step of translation.
For example, let's say you're talking about your breakfast. Instead of thinking of the word for eggs in your native language and then translating it, just picture your plate, see the eggs on it, see the coffee in your mug, see the toast. Then, simply describe those pictures in English. I had eggs for breakfast and a cup of coffee with some toast.
See? You're going from the image directly to the English words. This keeps your brain thinking directly in English.
This works for everything. If you're describing your house, picture your living room. See the sofa, the television, the table. Then say, "My living room has a big sofa. There's a TV, a small table."
It might feel a little strange at first because we're so used to translating. But with practice, this method helps your brain build stronger, faster connections between ideas and English words.
It really does. This helps you naturally produce sentences and express your thoughts more quickly in real English conversations.
So, next time you're about to speak, try to see the picture in your mind first, and then describe that picture in English.
When it comes to thinking in English and improving your fluency, there is nothing better and effective than practicing, right?
Right, and this is our last but not least tip. Practice real speaking speed.
What we mean by this is you need to train your brain to work quickly, just like it has to do in a real conversation. It's not enough to just think slowly.
That's right. Imagine you're talking with a friend. You can't usually pause for a long time to think about every word, can you? You need to respond somewhat quickly.
So, a great way to practice this is by using a timer. Choose a simple topic, maybe what you had for breakfast, or your favorite hobby. Then, set a timer for 1 minute. And for that 1 minute, just talk about that topic without stopping. Don't worry about making mistakes. Even if you use the wrong word or mess up a sentence, just keep going. The goal is to keep speaking. Keep the English flowing.
This is also very similar to something called shadowing, where you listen to native speakers and try to repeat what they say almost at the same time, at their speed. It forces your mouth and brain to work fast.
The main idea here is that you'll get used to thinking fast in English because you're pushing yourself to speak continuously. It trains your brain to quickly find words and put them together, just like in real conversations.
It might feel a bit challenging at first, and you'll definitely make mistakes, but that's part of the learning process. The more you push yourself to speak at a more natural speed, the faster your brain will learn to keep up.
So, grab a timer, pick a topic, and challenge yourself to speak for 1 minute without stopping. You'll be amazed at how quickly your ability to think fast in English improves.
Why don't we start practice right now? Let's put it all into action. We'll try to use some of these tips naturally so you can hear how it sounds and how you can apply them in your own everyday English conversation.
As you listen, try to notice how we might pause briefly, use simple language, or perhaps break down our thoughts into ideas rather than perfect sentences. Remember, this is about sounding natural, not perfect.
So, Emily, what did you do today?
Let me think. I went to the park, I walked my dog, then I worked on the computer.
Oh, that sounds like a busy day.
Do you like coffee or tea more?
That's a good question. I like coffee. I drink it every morning. It helps me wake up.
Yes, coffee is very helpful in the morning.
Emily, can you tell me about your house?
My house? It has 3 rooms, a kitchen, a bedroom, and a living room. It's not very big, but it's comfortable. I like it.
Sounds nice and cozy.
What are your plans for the weekend?
I'm not sure, but maybe I will read a book or watch a movie. I want to relax.
Sounds like a good plan for relaxing. See how just a little pause, a simple phrase, or focusing on the main idea can help you respond more smoothly. Now, it's your turn to practice speaking.
Try answering the same questions we just answered. This will help you practice thinking and speaking directly in English, just like we discussed.
Practice speaking aloud. You can pause the audio after each question if you need a moment to think. And remember our tips.
What did you do today?
Do you like coffee or tea more?
Can you tell me about your house?
What are your plans for the weekend?
Excellent work, everyone. The more you practice speaking out loud, the more natural it will feel to think directly in English.
Keep practicing these techniques in your daily life and you'll definitely see your English fluency improve.
That brings us to the end of our episode on how to think in English and improve your fluency.
We've explored some really practical secrets today. We truly hope these strategies help you bridge that gap between understanding English and speaking it fluently. The more you apply these tips, the more natural and quick your English conversation will become.
We'd love to hear how these tips work for you. Did you try practicing the questions we gave? What's your biggest takeaway from today's episode? Tell us in the comments below.
For more practical English listening and speaking practice, useful everyday English phrases, and exciting ways to boost your English fluency, make sure you subscribe to English in Comfort wherever you listen to podcasts.
Thank you for letting us be a part of your learning. Keep practicing, keep improving, and take care, everyone.